Good morning, everybody. It is Brittany here from My Core Floor, back for day 4 of our pelvic floor challenge. It's hard to believe it's going by this quickly. I want to thank those of you who were waiting to jump on live with me. I am a little late. We had a little remote learning crisis to avert in our house this morning. When I set the 8:30 time, I thought that my kids would already be kind of settled in remote learning, so all of that would be, averted and I could jump on live pretty easily, but you never know these days. 2020 seems to be full of lots of unexpected surprises. Not always good. So let's get rolling with our day 4 exercise. So we're going to shift gears a little bit. We've done 2 days of stretching, some upper back and some hip, and we've done some lunge work with working on that lateral bump. Now today we're going to work the vertical, and we're going to work with some rotation of kind of loading our pelvic floor and working our pelvic floor. So, and because of some of the questions I had coming in the last couple of days about modifications, I'm going to try to show you a couple quick modifications today in the live video versus waiting till tonight's, because tonight's more of the Q&A. So I'll try to show some modifications, but certainly anybody, if you have questions on these, I can address it tonight in the Q&A as well. Okay, so today's exercise, we're going to go wide with our feet and we're going to rotate them out, okay? Now, wide is going to be wide for you. It might not be as wide as me. You might be able to go a little wider. You might have to go a little more shallow. Preferably, I'd like you beyond shoulder width. So here's shoulder width. Wide can literally be just that, okay? I just want you a little wider than shoulder width. If you're comfortable, I want you to get out a little bit farther so we can really kind of get into these hips and pelvis, okay? So the exercise is going to be a little mini squat, okay? So really short load. So even if you have bad knees, it might just look like that. That's okay. Or if your knees are pretty good and you want a little harder workout, you're going to go a little lower. So you're going to go into the squat, and as you come out, you're going to punch up and across. So we're now going to engage our core, our thoracic spine, our pelvis, and our pelvic floor all together in one continuous movement. So it's down, punch up, okay? So that's kind of your baseline. I want you to start there, down and uppercut, okay? Now, as you get going, what I want you to add in is a little quick squat. So the pelvic floor has muscles that need to be worked both quickly and slowly. So it's kind of like you need to endurance train the pelvic floor, but you also need to quick train it. Kind of like sprinters versus marathoners. There's muscle fibers that do a little bit of both in the pelvic floor, and so you need to train both. So actually, tomorrow's exercise is going to be a little speed work. But today I want to start introducing you guys to some of that. So, baseline, if this feels a little tricky, I just want you to squat, punch up. Squat, punch up. Okay? That's kind of level 1. Now, level 2 would be quick squat. So you're going to do a kind of a double bounce, up and punch. Double bounce, up and punch. So 2 little bounces and up. Now, if your knees are bad, but you want to add that little speed work, that's okay. Just shorten it up. It could just be here. Okay? It's not about the depth with the speed. It's just about the speed. So it's here, punch up. Here, punch up. Okay? Now, you can add weights to that. I'm going to grab just some 3-pounders. But soup cans work well. Water bottles work well. You could go up to maybe 5s. I don't know that I'd go farther beyond 5s because I think then you're going to start trying to get into your low back, and that's not the goal, okay? So it's 2 little squats, punch up. 2 little bounces, punch up, okay? Kind of a little quick squat, punch, okay? But if that quick squat feels hard, balance feels off, it's just a 1 single punch, okay? So there's 2 little variations, okay? Part B to this is we're going to do a back rotation. So you can rotate forward, but you can also rotate back. So we're going to do the same leg motion with just a little different arm tweak. So it's going to be 2 and back, almost like you're going to throw a baseball at somebody, okay? If you were going to pitch something at them, 2, back in rotation, 2, back in rotation. Same thing, if you're not ready for that little double bounce, do a little single. That's okay. To start off, when you're comfortable, add the little quick bounce. Okay? You're going to do 5 on each arm in each direction, okay? It shouldn't take you that long. It just takes me longer to explain it. So it would look like this. You're going to do 2. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And this is 5. Okay? Then you're going to go 5 the other direction. 2. There's 1. Little 2 bounces. There's 2. There's 3. Because it's each arm you need to do 5. Okay? There's 4. There's 5. There's 5. Okay? So that's your exercise for the day. Now, a couple quick modifications beyond just taking it to a single squat versus a double. I had a couple people ask me, what if they have balance issues? What if they have a walker? What if they're unsteady in general? They just need to hold on to something. So I would take a chair nearby, okay? You can get into your wide stance as much as possible. Try to square myself up here so you guys can see my feet. So you're gonna go wide wherever's comfortable. Your wide might still be here, that's okay. You're gonna go wide where's comfortable, okay? And what you're gonna do is, instead of alternating arms, because then you can't be holding on, you're gonna go down into your squat. You're gonna punch across. You're gonna do your back. Squat, across, squat, back. So you can hold on with one hand and do all 5 in one direction and the other direction kind of at the same time, continuous, okay? And then you'll do the same thing on the other side. So squat, reach, okay? So instead of breaking it up into forward and back, you're gonna break it up into each individual side so that you can hold on and be stable. A chair works well. You could certainly do it, kind of at a doorway, okay? But the key is going to be that feet are wide, feet are rotated out. So we're gonna really open up through our pelvic floor, through our groin. Now, when you get into this wide position and you start quick squatting, you might feel like, ooh, this makes me a little nervous. I feel some pressure. You might get a little leaking. You might feel some discomfort. If you get any of those symptoms, that means you are working the exact right area. We are getting to that pelvic floor. But to not get those symptoms, what you can do is just shorten it up a little bit. So shorten your width, okay? Shorten your range. Don't go as deep. And if you're getting some sort of leaking or pressure or discomfort, I would say start with the single squats and work into the double squats. So hopefully those little modifications and little tweaks help you out and don't confuse you. If everything is good and well, you're wide, feet are rotated out, 2 quick, punch up. Okay, 5 there, and then 5 back. Otherwise, check out the modifications. Let me know below with your favorite GIF or emoji or words or whatever, how you did, how you liked it, how you felt in terms of coordination and easiness or hardness. Any questions about it, ask them below. And tonight when we start the Q&A, what I'll do is, tonight's my 1-hour block. So come with your pelvic health questions regarding you or anyone else or things you've heard, or is this myth true? I don't care what it is. This is an Ask Me Anything. Pick my brain of 20 years of experience in pelvic health. But what I will do before we start the Q&A tonight and we dive in, because I've had people submit some questions already, is I will do a little recap of today's tip of the day, today's exercise, and answer any sort of quick questions. So I'll lead with that, and then we'll dive into kind of the deeper dive, Ask Me Anything. So hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys back here tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're scheduled for 8 to 9. If I run over a little bit, I am okay to stay on. I kind of buffered in some extra time if we have tons of questions rolling in. So, and if you can't make it and you have to watch it on replay, submit your questions. I'll be sure to answer them even if you're not on live. So we'll see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. Have a great day.